Yes, I'm back again. I don't know how to increase the times on these YouTube videos. I need to research that. Yeah, so anyway, gave up my job. I had to give up my job, and then my ex-husband and I, we decided to leave London. We moved from London up to Yorkshire, and it was basically so that we could have a better quality of life. We lived in a tiny little house in London, more like a flat, and we wanted to be able to at least enjoy life a bit more, especially me, because I was ill, and he's from Yorkshire. He's from Yorkshire, so it made sense for us to move there near his family and stuff. So we moved up there, bought a big house that we wanted to renovate that I couldn't really do, and my ex-husband's one of his good friends knew a homeopath, and her name was Mary. Hello, Mary, if you ever watched this. She was a lovely, lovely, lovely lady. And she started to treat me with homeopathy. And she said it was like an onion. And she says, you're quite ill, and it's going to take a lot of peeling off of the different layers of your onion. It's going to take time to treat you and to get you well. So I had that treatment, I don't know, for about 6 months, maybe. I'm not sure exactly, lose track of time. But then she phoned me one day and she said, "Oh, Eliza, I found someone who can help you more. She'll be able to do more for you quicker." And it was a bioresonance practitioner. So I went to see her because, I was desperate to be well, to get better. So we went to see her, and long story short, I had bioresonance for 4 years. And I remember my first session, I went in there and she said, "Bring all the medication that you're on, and we'll have a chat." And same thing as I've just said in my disclaimer, she said, "Look, I can't tell you to come off your drugs." It was a big, thick tablet, that I was taking. She said, basically, "I can't treat you while you're on these drugs." And she said, "It's for you to go away and think about if you want me to treat you with these drugs or not. So it's limited what I can do when you're taking these drugs, because they're having such a huge effect on your body that would just be counteracting that drug with every session." So I went home, had to think about it, talked to my husband at the time, and I decided, well, it can't get any worse. I was willing to try anything. So I decided to take my health into my own hands and to say, well, I want to try and come off them and try something else, because this is not working for me. I'm just getting sicker and sicker, and I'm just ending up like an old lady. And they're giving me a wheelchair. I'm on benefits, sick pay, can't work, can't go out of the house for more than 100 metres without my ear popping and feeling dizzy and having to lie down. That's no life. So I wanted to try something else. So I did. I'm glad I did. But I had the treatment for 4 years. And I remember she was a very tiny little lady, lovely lady. I remember there was a cafe over the road. This was near York, in Yorkshire, beautiful little village. I forget what it was called now. We used to go there once or twice a month, I think it was, maybe a bit more, and would have the bioresonance treatment, electromagnetic therapy. I'll post a link at the bottom of this video. It describes the treatment. One is simple, one's a bit more complicated, but there are links there to describe how it works. There was a cafe over the road, and every lunchtime we'd go like mid-morning, and then we'd have lunch, and then we'd have a bit more treatment in the afternoon, for a couple of hours, I think, altogether. And this cafe was amazing, like home-cooked, like Yorkshire food. Oh, it was gorgeous, homemade bread and Yorkshire scones and rolls and soups. And I remember she would order with us, we'd order lunch together, and she would always order a little cup of soup, like one of those little coffee cups of soup. And we'd order the soup and the bread and a cake and, I don't know, whatever else was looking yummy. And I remember watching her thinking, she only can have that soup. And she was like lovely, slim little lady, looked so well for her age. She was probably a bit old, I don't know what her age was. But she looked well, she looked good for her age, like the best you can look at whatever age she was. Here's my ex-husband and me eating whatever we want, feeling tired afterwards. And I remember thinking, oh, she's eating like a little bird, just like sipping away her little soup, and that's all she's having. Little did I know. And looking back now, I know that the 4 years I had that treatment, I could have been well in less than half the time, I am sure, if I just looked at my diet, if I just changed my diet. And that came later. I didn't do that. So that's why I'm doing these videos, because like if you do everything more condensed, you know, you save yourself a lot of time. 4 years, I spent all my money on that bioresonance treatment. It's not cheap. All my benefits basically went on health treatments, which is great because it worked, but I could have got well quicker. It doesn't have to take that long. So, look at what else I've got here on my notes. Yeah. So yeah, take responsibility for your own health and look into the alternatives. If it isn't bioresonance, if it isn't cutting out salt and sugar from your diet, and the next thing I want to talk about in the next video is German new medicine, do something. If you really want to be well, there are options out there from autoimmune disease, absolutely. And talking about diet, I'm going to post a link to this video by Dr Stephen Gundry. He's being interviewed by Lewis Howes. I didn't know him, but my husband knew him. My current husband. Only have one ex-husband. And he's a renowned cardiologist, this Dr Gundry, American doctor, I think. Brilliant video. Watch this video because it's all about food. And he actually treats people with food. But he's a cardiologist. He does bypasses and heart operations and puts in stents and cleans out people's arteries, or did. I don't know if he still does it. But this video is amazing, and I'm going to be posting more videos in the next video about diet and health because it's so powerful. It's so powerful. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at the importance of diet in the next video and posting more videos about diet. Because that's the next phase of my journey, is that I went vegan and took lots of herbs to detox after I had the bioresonance. The bioresonance, by the way, got me well and it got me back to work. But as I said before, it took 4 years. And I think if I'd have done diet at the same time, it would have been maximum a year and I would have been working again. You know, my ear popping gradually got less and less and less, and my energy came back. And yeah, so I thank the bioresonance for that. But we need to help ourselves with diet. It's important. And then the next thing as well, psychology, which is more psychology, is the next phase after that, is German new medicine. So I'll come on to that in the video after that. So yeah, I hope that helps you all. Check out the links and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.